Well, hello and welcome back to the Hometown Business Podcast. My name is Autumn Dell. I'm your host, and I am here with Kevin Barrelle. I tried to combine the two. Kevin Barrelle from Barrelle Roofing. He's the owner, founder of the whole shebang. So I am here to interview him. But first, quickly, we have a sponsor. And it is Miss Kim Greenlee. She is a local realtor in the area and in the Loganville, Monroe. I think she serves Walton County, Gwinnett County, Barrow, Rockdale, there's one other, and Newton County. She really specializes in buying and selling in those areas. So if you are maybe in the market or you kind of know that you're planning to buy or sell here soon, or if you just have a question, maybe you're considering buying or considering selling, but you're not really sure where to start, or you just have any kind of random questions. She is super responsive and super good at getting back to any inquiries and anything like that. So I'm going to have all of her information in the show notes, and you can reach out to Ms. Kim Greenlee for all your realtor needs. But here I am with Mr. Kevin Barrelle, and I'm excited because I was telling Kevin before we started that like his business is like one that I would love to emulate. Like it's a service-based business, and obviously it's totally different than the cleaning, but like I just love following along on social media and with your team and everything, and it just looks like something that I want to be able to create with my team because your crew, they just look like they're having fun even though they're at work.
Well, that was the whole idea, is to make it's a fun place to go, and it's fun to do, and it's creating that culture. We're all a family, and we're all team players, and if one needs something, we're all there to help, and that's again, the on the culture side, the building it is also, when you're putting it out there on social media, you want people to follow you because you're fun, not because it's all work based.
Right.
But you also have to identify who you're trying to attract when you're on your social media page, and especially in the service industry, right? So we have to attract people that feel trusted with us and a lot of our stuff is real. I mean, it's 100% real, who we are, and that way whenever I walk in or one of our guys walks in, they feel like they already know us.
Yeah, that's one of our core values as well, is to be real, because I think especially in the service industry where you are going into people's homes, like people need to know who they're hiring.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
That's super important. So how did Barrelle Roofing start?
So my first summer job, right, was roofing, and I was intrigued by it, and in school, like, had to do a report, and I done it on roofing. I was the weird guy. And I done it on roofing, what it took, all the steps, all the procedures, and I've always liked that industry, and I veered off, went and done other things in construction, and I worked for another company for a while, and they shut their doors, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was telling my wife, I was like, I think it's time that we done our own thing, and I didn't know like exactly what I should be doing, but I knew a lot of what I shouldn't be doing, right? Like, and as far as the service and stuff like that. I have a 0 degree in business management or anything like that. But I was like, I wanted to be different, and there was very few companies out there that put their name on it. So I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to put our name on it. That way, we're building a legacy for our kids and future. And that's why I wanted to put our name on it. And it was something that it was a trustworthy deal when you're talking to a homeowner, especially starting out, because it's real hard. Is hey, my name's on it. Like, I have to make this good no matter what happens. I'm gonna make it good because that's all I have at this point, and I have to make it good. So it was building that trust factor in the beginning, And that's basically how it started. Obviously, we started just like anybody else does, and out of their home and stuff. And we worked a few years out of the house, a home office, and then we moved to our basement. And then from there, we rented a location. It was about a 5,000 square foot office, and or warehouse / office, and and then we bought an office in Loganville. So this year actually marks 10 years that we've been in business.
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
Yep. So we've pushed through the hard times.
Yeah, but that's a lot done in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, because you were telling me before, like, you have several locations.
Right.
Where all are you located?
So Athens, Lawrenceville, South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, and Greensboro, down by Lake Oconee.
Yeah. Okay.
And obviously Loganville.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how quickly obviously with roofing, you need employees pretty quick. You can't just put up, or can you? Can you just do a roof by yourself? Or you need a team?
So when I started out, it was funny. I did. It was just me and one guy, and we tore the roofs off. Like it was one house, and I was like, "This is not gonna work."
Yeah.
Like I as much as I wanted it to work that way, it wasn't gonna work that way. So it actually took us about 4.5 days to do the entire roof, which there was multiple buildings involved, and then so I called up the old crew that I was using before, and they were happy to come on board, and so we kind of use them on all of our roofs now. And you can only tear off roofs for so long as a person, right? Like it's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Right.
So it wasn't a scalable business that way.
Right.
It was there's a huge difference between being self-employed and running a company. And at that point I was self-employed.
Yeah.
And I had to make some changes, but it was quite a few years down the road when it was a mindset shift that opened up and built something that was actually scalable.
Right. Because as a self-employed person, if you want to go on vacation, you're not making money, and if you get sick or something like that, like, your ability to bring in income, that right. That's owning a job, not necessarily a business. And cleaning, well, not quite as bad on your body, but you can only do it for so long. And even during you only have so many hours during a week. So once you've met that, I don't know what, $3,000-$4,000, you can't make more than that. And that's really working like crazy amounts of time. So it's, I feel the same way. Like, I love the scalability of the service-based businesses.
It's all about the model that you put together, obviously, and it's a mind shift change, because in reality, everybody likes to micromanage stuff, and because it's a control thing, right? And most of everybody that goes into business for themselves is because they have control. And it's actually quite the opposite. Once you start releasing a lot of that control, you're gaining more control over yourself, because you have none in the beginning, because you're micromanaging everything, and on top of it, and you're actually are losing control of yourself in the meantime. So despite popular belief, you gotta let go of those things to be able to get it scalable. And nobody wants to work for somebody that's over their shoulder the whole time, micromanaging stuff.
Yeah, even if you do get those good employees, you won't keep them because they don't want to be micromanaged. No. And if they do stick around, they're not going to do very good, because they'll know that you'll just come back and either fix it or tell them how to do it. So what are some of your how do you find such great team members?
We've been through a lot of people. And everybody that we have now they're fabulous. They all they're really good folks, and we built a culture that people want to be a part of. And what we don't do is we don't talk about money all the time. But while that's a fantastic motivator, money can be a demotivator, right? Like, we don't talk about how it's more about the opportunity. Money's a byproduct of what we do. We actually, get to make money doing what we do, and we like to have fun doing it. And that's attractive to people because they want to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves most of the time.
Right.
And that's what I strived for. I wanted this to be bigger than me. I wanted it to be bigger, so we're all a part of the same thing, and in line with one vision to make it bigger. And they can play a part in that and have the ability to run like different locations, and a whole marketing team, and a whole project management team. So everybody can build a team up under them. And and it's a scalable deal, because once somebody gets to that point and they're ready to take on the next spot, then you should always be looking for somebody else to take your place. That's how you build a scalable.
Yeah, that's good. So, and I especially, like you were saying earlier, that I lost my train of thought. Well, that the people within your business kind of like grow into new positions. I think that's what you were saying, which is cool, because you get people who, they start at this level and they kind of just think this is going to be a job and that's all it is going to be. But then you get to kind of pull their potential out of them. And that's what we strive. We want people to grow. Personally, our motto is to positively impact the lives of the people that we come in contact with on a daily basis, whether it's through putting a roof on their house, through working with us, or through our community outreach. Like, we want to positively impact someone's life every day. And that it's when you have that out in front of you, and when people come in, they're not just an office staff, or they're not just a roofing salesman or a customer service rep. They know that there's something more there that they can move up into. And nobody wants to be the toilet scrubber, right? Right. Yeah, I just recently changed my team from the clean team to the client happiness team, because I'm like, that's what you guys are. Like, you're there with the little details, and you're the ones that see the clients even more than I do. So, and I've even had some of our employees, one of them specifically, she was like, I got offered a job for higher pay, but I didn't take it because I would rather work here. And I love giving them opportunities to grow and to do more, because cleaning, that's part-time, or at least with it for us, because I don't want to burn out good people. But I'm like, there are other things I can pay you to do, things that, help the business run that I need help with. So that's been fun. Yeah,
but so it's funny, I said nobody wants to scrub toilets forever, right? But like, at the end of the day, whenever I go in, I might be scrubbing toilets, right? So, and you can't ever get away from that either. Like, I have this open door policy. Like, I'm always available to be able to assist or talk with my guys or whatever they may need, and not one removed or two removed from the situation or availability to our people. So, but that's very important as well, because a lot of people remove themselves further and further and further away. And you can't ever forget what it's like doing the things that you used to do, and you have to have just as much respect for them as everybody else inside the doors. So it's super important.
Well, and it's a big balance, because like you said earlier, like being able to pull back and not micromanage. Like, I don't want to get out there and be helping on a team because I don't think you can do it. I want to be able to drop in because maybe 2 people got sick that morning, and I don't want them feeling like they have to come in sick, or their kid is sick. I don't know, whatever. Like, willing to jump in and help, but not because your team is not capable. Like, your team is capable, but every time, I mean, I rarely get out there and clean anymore because I have an awesome team that does it. But when I do, I'll be like, you guys did not tell me that these products were not working. Or, I can go back with a list because, kind of like you said, when you're not out there, you gotta...
I like asking them how much, is there anything I can help them with? And like when we have our meetings, like is there anything that y'all need for me to do? And if I need to step in and do any of that, I'm there.
Right.
I'm gonna help them get it done. And it's not even to see what is and what isn't working. It's to help them get that task done,
right.
Whatever it is that they need to do. So that's really that's important.
Now, how often do you guys meet together and stuff?
We meet every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not the entire team. We have different meetings throughout the week, and we have we do that because we want to make sure that we're all on going to the same place on the same pace. Like we're only as strong as our weakest link, and with one vision. Like this is where we're going, and this is why, and we'll tackle anything on Mondays that there might be objections that they're coming up with, and there's only so many reasons why somebody tells you no, right? I'm not interested. So we go over stuff like that on our Mondays, and Wednesdays is our office meeting, and we'll go over and it could be anywhere from a deep motivational type deal to going over KPIs and stuff like that. And then Fridays is when our managers meetings are. We'll meet in the mornings and we'll go over stuff like that. So KPIs, where we are, what do we need help with,
right?
Where's the expansion, stuff like that.
That's neat to hear, because I'm always I'm super excited. My business is at a really great spot where it's the systems are working, the teams are working. I don't have to be involved in everything for it to work, but I look forward to the day where we have multi-layers like that. Right now it's just the team and we're all one, but I look forward to seeing some of the team members who I have now becoming team leaders, and then I get to meet with them and they meet with their teams, and so it's always encouraging to me.
So on Mondays, it's everybody. Everybody is welcome to come into the meeting or whatever, and we might have a big motivational deal, and then our general manager steps in and he goes over KPIs and stuff like that. So, but that's pretty much that's the rundown. That's what we do every week. And we're constantly bringing people in and running them through the system and training and stuff like that. And the bigger you get, the more you build it, and the better your people become. The people outside start seeing them, right? And then they want them because they're like, oh wow, those are great people. They did all the work. Let me try to get them. And that happens constantly with us. They're trying to get our people and poach them per se, and our people are happy where they're at, and everybody there is they'll tell you it's like a family, and that's what we want to build, and it's a part of our culture.
Now I see a lot that you guys do fun competitions, giveaways. We love doing that on our team. So how often do you do that? And
so we have quarterly deals. The numbers are scoreboards. That's basically it, and everything in between there is what we focus on. But we have the scoreboard over here, and if you get to this spot, we have quarterly, and each individual person in there has the ability to hit. It's not just for one person. It's, hey, look, if you hit this, however many hits this, then you get this. So
that's fun.
And it's tiered up. So it's available for everybody to hit.
That's fun. See, those are the kind of things that I think make a team. I look forward to the day where I don't have to spend a lot on hiring ads, and my team are just talking to each other and their friends, and people are coming naturally, just because, kind of like you said, people try to poach your people. I want employees coming to us, wanting to work with us, because our culture has spoken for itself in that way.
We have our own little group. I mean, it's our hashtags. We also do roofs, right? Like,
yeah.
We also do roofs amongst all this other stuff that we do that people see. Like, we really also
right.
we do roofs too, and but that's just a byproduct of it. And it's letting the community know, hey, we're here if you need us. Here we are, and people were. You just want them to interact with you on throughout the day, and that's why we make the Facebook post that we constantly do and stuff like that. We usually usually have a monthly giveaway that we do on our Facebook page as well. I think we slacked on that last month. I don't know if we did that or not.
But you were busy doing the barbecue and bags and all that.
We have a lot of stuff in the works, and we're working on a lot of things as well. So
yeah, well, that's fun. Sounds like a really fun place to work, and a good model to try to emulate if you're struggling with your company culture, or right now hiring. I mean, that's hard, but when your company speaks for itself, I would think hiring would never really be a problem. I don't know.
Well, you have to. So if you're a business owner, you can't look at it as like a hiring deal. You have to look at yourself as a recruiting company too.
Right.
Like, that's what you do, is you recruit constantly.
Right.
And you have to as an owner, you have to think like that all the time, and then you have to portray that out, and that way you get it back, and have that kind of mindset run throughout the company is hey, look, when you're recruiting, the more people we get in, the bigger we get, the more opportunities that present themselves.
Right.
And it's a room for everybody to grow. So recruiting is very important, no matter what your position is. The recruiting is super important because it allows for expansion faster, somewhat organically, right? And then it allows for everybody to move in different positions faster.
Right.
Too.
Yeah, I've heard it said that after a certain once you reach a certain point, you're not competing for the clients anymore. You're competing for the talent, talented workers. And I know just personally, when I'm out giving a bid, it's a whole lot easier to confidently walk in there and present that sale when I know I have a team to cover it. When I'm thinking to myself, gosh, who is going to take this job on? My team is strapped. It's a whole lot more stressful, and I'm sure it comes across when I'm out there trying to sell our services. So we do weekly group interviews. I don't care if I feel like we need people or not. We're always doing them because I always want the ability to bring in more people. And you never know, our industry has a fairly high turnover rate, and our team doesn't. I mean, it's lower than normal, but it's still there. I mean, and so I want to always have good people kind of in line waiting to start.
Well, and the quicker you bring them in, the quicker your expansion goes. So if you get them in, and you have to evaluate everybody that's there constantly for leadership skills. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Somebody to take the reins on the next spot. And hey, now you got a team. Let's get you over here.
Yeah.
And and then once you get so far, then hey, look, you look for the next leader. That way you can start bidding these jobs, and you're going out and you're speaking with the homeowners and stuff.
Yeah.
And now you have a team that's up under you. And it's very scalable. There's scalability to all businesses. You just gotta weed through it and figure it out.
Right. Now I have to know, how did you know to do all this? How did you figure all this out? Because you say you're 10 years, but that doesn't seem that long to have learned all of this.
It's a lot of that. Well, so I actually, I have mentors that I pay. I have coaches that I pay.
Yeah.
And I'm a part of a lot of mastermind groups and stuff like that. And I've never been here before. So the next step, where rather than trying to figure it out the hard way, I'll I'll consult with them. I have a team of consultants that I talk to.
Right.
And hey, look, this is my idea, or look, this is where we're at. All right, so here's the next business plan. Lay it out. Let's go.
Yeah.
You have to take action on those things. It's no different than on a football team, right? Like if you're the coach and you're telling your team, hey, this is what we got to do, this is what we got to do, and they don't get off the bench, right? Well, eventually, like, the coach is like, all right, y'all got to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a whole new team in here. And a lot of consultants and a lot of coaches, and they're like that. And it was a hard pill to swallow at first. I was like, well, dang. But it reflects them. So you have to take action. You have to get movement going.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I got a team. I have a whole team that I consult with, and that I pay a lot of money to. A lot of money to be able to help me through all this growth process.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. I'm in a coaching group specifically for cleaning company owners, and it's been like the biggest asset to my business, because while it does cost a whole lot, and there was I joined it before I had the money to pay for it, so it was just like, well, hope this works. But within a matter of months, I had gotten to the point where I made up that difference, because one of the things the coach in the group tells us is this company or this coaching needs to be paying you,
That's right. Yeah.
You need to be making money because of everything you've put in place. And it's so nice having somebody who can tell you what's going to happen if you do this or this or this, so you don't have to make that mistake. Like,
right.
That makes the ability to take a business and scale it and grow it within 10 years possible, because otherwise how would you have learned all that in that amount of time?
Well, there's people out there that are doing it faster than us, and without a doubt.
Yeah.
And my hat's off to them, because I know what it takes. And but it's but they have when you're a single business owner, it's much more difficult, because you got to make all the decisions all the time. And when you have partners inside of your company, then you'd have a lot of people. Right. Somebody has to be the visionary, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to have the vision, and then you have to have implementers, like people that are going to do the work, along with you, obviously, but you have to have people that are going to put everything into action. And the problem is with a lot of visionary people, like, they see it, they preach it, but they don't do it, or haven't done it. And from having come from getting on the roofs, tearing them off, putting them on, like going out, knocking doors, I'm sure everybody gets little cards in their driveway, right, about cleaning services.
Yeah.
With a little rock in the bag, and I picked up quite a few out of my driveway.
Yeah.
Tree companies, gutter cleaning companies, and the idea that this stuff will, like the door-to-door sales and stuff like that, will ever go away, I don't think so. You look at people; they still sell Kirby's door-to-door.
Right. I bought a rainbow like a year and a half ago, door-to-door. So it came to my house.
And people still sell knife sets, door-to-door. I don't think that's ever gonna go away. As much as we're all trapped into social media and stuff like that, from the sales perspective, I don't think that portion will ever go away, because we all want that human interaction, and you just don't want to deal with online stuff all the time. So
buy your car online.
Yeah.
Book your clean online. Book your handyman online.
That's right. But you can book it, but you still have to, you can set up so going back to the whole visionary side of it, like you have to have those people there. You got people that envision it but can't do it or haven't done it and stuff like that. So I think that's where I have an advantage on some, is because I've done it, willing to do it and still do it.
Yeah.
When a storm comes through, I'll go out with my guys from time to time, and we'll get out there. We have fun.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
Yeah.
So.
I started cleaning just when my kids went to school and wanted to help, like, pay off debt. for the family, and I enjoy it. Like sometimes what I'd rather be out there is cleaning than having to do all the thinking and stuff. But
it's easier.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, my coach, he'll be like, do not go clean, because then who's doing this stuff?
Right.
And I do occasionally, but it's training. I'm training when I'm out there.
Right.
Because my team is fine. They don't need me. They do it better than me most of the time. They'll come and we check each other's work. And when they check my work, I'm like, gosh, sorry guys. I've gotten much better than I ever have or was. Well, this was cool. I like meeting other business owners who are kind of like-minded, and especially with the scalability and leaving a legacy and building teams that can function without you. I think that is super cool. That's definitely the vision I have for my business. So it's always fun to fund other people who are doing similar things, and especially cool when they're ahead of you, because then I can watch and get good ideas. So this was fun. I do like to always end with a lightning round. I didn't tell you that we would do it. So, surprise. Okay, where do you live? Loganville, Monroe. Okay, awesome. And you're married. You have 2 kids, correct? I only know because I just saw you at the barbecue and bags. I wasn't stalking your Facebook or anything. But okay, date night. Where do you and your wife like to go?
Our go-to is Longhorns.
Longhorns.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We probably eat there once a week. So.
Now the Monroe one?
Correct.
Monroe still has one, yeah. Because there's also one out in Bethlehem now too, I think. That's good.
Yeah.
I think we have a Longhorn gift card. We try to do date nights once a month, and sometimes we'll be extravagant, and sometimes we're like, it's gotta be cheap this month, and so we'll use our gift cards.
Well, so it's a family date night.
Oh, fun.
All of us go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've always said, if I can't take my kids, I don't need to go, probably.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's helped keep me grounded.
Right.
And, but no, we all go. Like my daughter last night, she was, I want to go to that place. I want to go to that place where we sit down, and where we get to mac and cheese. And that's where we go.
Yeah.
It's the mac and cheese from Longhorns. But, that's probably our go-to. I jokingly say this all the time. It's like our McDonald's, you know. Yeah. That's where we go to for a quick dinner, whatever. So that way we don't have to cook. But.
Right. That's awesome. We need more of those. Okay, so vacations. Where do you guys like to go on vacations? Or
Tybee. We go to
Tybee Island. Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't been there. It's the one near Savannah, correct?
It's past Savannah.
Okay, yeah. My husband and I went for our anniversary 2 years ago, I guess, and we thought we should bring our kids to Tybee Island next
That's
time.
fun. It's so laid back. It's one of our favorite places.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And there was a question I wanted to ask you. Okay, who do you go to for inspiration? Do you listen to podcasts, books?
I actually listen to books. I'm listening to a book every morning when I work out. I go to the gym. I'm in there for about an hour and a half, and I listen to a book while I'm in the gym.
What book are you listening to right now?
I am. What's the name of that book? It's funny because when I went to the gym this morning, I was there. I realized that I'd done my entire workout with my earbuds in without the book playing.
Oh,
so
you must have had a lot on your mind.
I was like, when I got back, I was like, dang, I'd never even started my book. But one of my favorite books, and it was a huge turning point in my business, and was The Power of Consistency by Weldon Long.
Okay.
And it's a fabulous book. But I think that was the only book he's written. I'm not sure, but I'm a huge John Maxwell fan, and I listen to a lot of his books. So,
okay.
Probably probably not many out there of his that I haven't listened to.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good with leadership. He did a thing at my church several years ago with all the coaches in the community, like baseball, football, and I thought that is so cool because I mean those guys are leading our teenage boys and girls. Yeah, he's good. Okay, so where can people find you online?
You can go to barrelleroofing.com. That's BARRELLE roofing.com. You can go to our Facebook page, Barrelle Roofing. We Instagram. We're out there. The TikTok's not as popular, right? Like it's for us, but a little old school. So I just launched our podcast.
Okay.
And it's called Imprisoned Thoughts.
Okay.
And just geared towards entrepreneurs and stuff like that, or just people in general. It's a deal where, it's the things that keep you imprisoned, the thoughts that keep you imprisoned before you go to the next level. It's the demotivator of action, like right? Because you're like, man, what are people going to think?
Yeah.
And that's not for me. That's for somebody else. The fear. All the things that I've overcame and other people have overcome as business owners or just individuals in general. So
yeah, that's awesome because mindset. Part of my coaching group, we get a mindset coach, and weekly. I mean, everything comes back to mindset. I asked her a question recently, and it was about sales because she's also really good with marketing and stuff. And I was like, I don't know how much of this is mindset. She was like, about 90% of it.
Yep.
So it is. I mean, it's all mindset.
Yeah. That's one of the big things too when it comes to marketing or anything like that is, I wonder if they're gonna like it. Who cares? Put it out there.
Right.
It's content. Get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out there. And I've thought about this. When you're putting your content out there, you're doing your marketing, you're doing all these things, right? And you're like, man, there's only 10 people that listen to my podcast. I was recently at a conference, and it's actually Ryan Stuman. I was up there at one of his conferences. I'm in his Apex group.
Okay.
And he said he was at a conference, this guy that was in a wheelchair or whatever, was talking about this and said that if you walk into a room and you got 10 dead bodies in there, that's a lot of dead people, right? That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you got to think like that. So if it's just one person that listened to it or liked it or shared it or whatever, right? That's one person.
Right.
And those people matter. And you have to think like, I'm not getting 400 or 500 likes, shares, comments, views, or whatever. 10 people is a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's all about mindset, right? So if you're thinking on that level when you go in there, it's obviously different, right?
Yeah. And the people who are getting those thousands and thousands of likes, there were years probably where they just crickets.
Yeah. And when we first started, Barrelle Roofing, we had our Facebook page up. Facebook wasn't even popular hardly then, and it was, but I guess everybody was still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And we had our page set up, and we would do a giveaway. We gave away Stevie. Our first giveaway was a Stevie B's discount card, right? Yeah. So it was like $15 off or whatever, and I think there was 5 people, right? And because it keeps popping up into the memories on Facebook, and I'm like, man, look at this. Here we were 7 years ago or 8 years ago, and we only had 20 people following us. Now we've got 5 different Facebook pages and probably close to 8,000 likes, followers or whatever you want to call them. So, it's combined together, and it's really fun to see it where it's at now.
Yeah.
But getting, it's all about the mindset and being able to overcome them, and that's basically what our podcast is going to be talking about. So.
That's awesome. Okay, well, you'll have to get me the information so I can share that in the show notes and list myself because I love listening to you. You made me think that you might have heard of the Real Business Owners podcast. You mentioned Apex, and they're just a couple of guys who just talk business, and they always talk about being in the Apex mastermind group.
I'm in the executives mastermind group, and awesome. There's a lot of people. I actually seen something that you shared, and I'm gonna give her a little shout out because I think you screenshot it. You was listening to a podcast, and one of the guest speakers was Jessica Stroud on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the Real Business Owners.
Yeah. So we're in a mastermind together. And
okay,
stuff, so,
that is so cool. Like to me they seem like celebrities, but you actually like probably know them. I can't recall their names. I listened to I binge watched listened to the whole thing, and now I just have to wait each week for a new one to come out. So
got caught up quick.
Yeah. So this was fun. Thanks for coming on, and your business has so many facets. We'll have to have you on again and talk sales, marketing, all that fun stuff. And you can have your team come. We can just all talk. All right. So this will be fun. Thank you guys for listening, and we will be back next week. Bye.
Congratulations on spending a few minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Walton County business community. If you're feeling super generous, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are. If you're a business owner in Walton County and would like to be interviewed on our show, go to our Hometown Business Podcast Facebook page. Until next time, keep supporting local.